Now, from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100.
With my partner Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And off we go from Soldier Field. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Stay with me. You ain't gotta go, you can with me. We can hang out, do the day with me. You tryna be a man, it can stay friendly. We could do the beach, we can hang out. Yes, her and the E go to my house. You can spend the night till we wake up. Do it all again, cause it ain't mud. What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams. Hey yo, my new thing is I don't want you around if you useless. I make a living rhyming, same job as Dr. Seuss's. People only give to get back, that's recoupment. Always have their two hands out, like they. My new thing is you ain't even gotta be my new chick. You can just pull up and hang out and be a new friend. Or I can show you how to train the dragon like. And either way, it ain't gotta be love. What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams.
Yeah. So every morning after snoring, yes, I yearn for you. Thought it wasn't super serious, but now it's too much. I got a disease, so please let go with the clutch. You got the pedal to the metal and you're revving me up.
So slow down, I got a 2-car garage, or we can go and make sounds that.
Call you Dale cause you weren't hearts. I'll be Tracy Chapman in the fast car.
What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams. See
The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears.
Jack Fox picking off the Lions.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Soldier Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go here with a former Lion, DeAndre Swift. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Bears had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Lions defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
They'll take this to the 46. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now Milton. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Run the straight. Warriors 70. Let's go now.
At the 15-yard line.
Throwing is Milton. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up, and we're going to run the same darn play, and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are,
and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
This 2nd and 4. Throwing is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover it? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Looking to throw is Williams. That is caught. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's the 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw, Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw, it's Williams. They'll get this into the hands of the Dunzo. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
What is on?
To throw once more, here's Williams. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First down. First and 10.
To the air, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 9-yard line.
Check.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down a sack back at the 16-yard line.
A 6-yard loss.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
To throw is Milton. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here we go.
Here's Milton now to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to have a book 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other option.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Here's Milton. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
25 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Milton. Now he's going to step up and run. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Detroit.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Purple 80. 79. Let's go.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Jack Fox picking off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
1st half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the 2nd half is underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now, he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. To throw, it's Milton. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Milton. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of living behind it. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get involved in the end zone.
The 29-yard line.
Back to throw. Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Williams. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations.
And they build that trust, and that's when they're able to find them in this type of a situation.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over.
40-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
What is up?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
What is up?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw right side, taken in by Odunze. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And it's taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such
touchdown. Rome Odunze with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Ready?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Milton. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Back to throw. Milton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
2 yards on the pickup.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And they will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run right here with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Swift going to try up the middle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now they'll shift things around. Now Milton. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if you look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be tackled right off the midfield logo. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. picked off by DJ Reed. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Let's go now. Drop 50. Gotta be Lions. Let's go.
Throwing is Milton. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Ready, ready.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
19 Lions. Wrap roll 80. Ready.
Back to throw. Milton. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown the other way, but they can certainly get a leg up with a solid drive here. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Johnson running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Williams. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
A chance now to strike first in the overtime session and get a big leg up. 1st and goal.
Slam left. Slam left.
Swift is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
One more time with Swift. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Santos with the extra point. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how do you continue to lead.
He's got it at the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
And how about that? In a game that's had just about everything, how's that for an answer? Remember, in the past, this game would be over already. But that's a huge play there to give him a fighting chance to go down.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Off the play fake, Milton. That pass caught, it's Williams. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
At the 2-yard line.
Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, number 28 on the year, just a remarkable number as he draws level with a Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson for the most in NFL history. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
Warriors, 18 Cardinal, 18.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack and a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key, because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for Chicago, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.